Don't Turn Out the Lights by Jonathan Mayberry. Have you heard the call of a Skelly Horse? If you have, you were smart and didn't turn around. But I bet that cry still haunts your dreams. A Skelly Horse once belonged to a loving family. It was a horse with a kind personality, a horse that until its final day only wanted a partner. Perhaps its loving family fell on hard times and sold it. Or perhaps they died and someone took it away. Somehow, some way, this gentle creature ended up in the wrong hands. The Skelly Horse gets its name because it is mostly skeleton. For its final owner, the one it had the misfortune of belonging to, starved it. Worms swell its bare ribs from cheap food and lack of care. It still has its face. Skin over bone, with ragged lips and bulging red-veined white eyes. Stretches of flesh cover parts of its legs down to its brittle split hooves, revealing cracked bones and overstretched tendons. It still has its mane and tail. They hang like knotted vines, caked with mud and tangled with burdock. At dusk, when it's time to get home, for humans and for horses, the Skelly Horse appears. A sharp silhouette in sunlight's dying beams. It first cries out with a ghostly whinny that sounds like it shouldn't be. A breathy hiss surrounds the plaintive neigh, inviting you to search for the source. Don't look. That's how it gets you. But if you ignore its voice, it trots closer. Brittle hooves clack and clatter, hollow in stones and roads, squelching in mud and grass. Chuffing grunts echo in the darkening world. It quickens its gait to a lope, then slows back down to a walk as it gets closer. 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 Don't look. That's how it gets you. The smell of dank earth and filth-filled barns thickens the atmosphere. Sour sweat reaches your tongue and anxious bile gurgles up in your throat. You inhale its essence as it gets closer. Closer. Don't look. That's how it gets you. Hot air tickles the back of your neck, sends warm tingles over your shoulders. Your hair moves forward, carried by a ghostly wind not from any lungs. Prickles crawl up and down your spine, and you feel the heat of a hard day's work rolling off something big behind you. Don't look. That's how it gets you. The Skelly Horse's bones have been so broken, its body so hurt, that it cannot follow for too long before it starts to fall to pieces. Bones crack, tendons creak and stretch. Skin tears with soft rips. Muted groans and moans escape an uneven gasp from torn and tired lips that bubble and froth from overwork and drip, drip, drip in splashes behind you, maybe even on your shoulders. Shuddering clunks signal a leg giving away, leading to a wind chime clatter of bones falling into a pile. Keep walking and don't look. It can still get you. If you do turn around and chance a glance, that's all the Skelly Horse needs. When you see its ghastly body twisted and starved by neglect and abuse, horror will shove your heart to your throat. And as you grab your neck, the Skelly Horse takes in a breath. And another. And another. As your mouth gapes open in awful fright, the Skelly Horse breathes in your life. It sucks and pulls with ghostly lungs till your heart creeps up your throat to the back of your tongue, pounding through your palate. Then it breathes and it sucks and inhales even more till your heart flies from your mouth into its own. It lifts its skin-bound skull in the air and swallows past its mangy, corded mane. And as you fall to your knees, you watch your heart slip into the Skelly Horse's ribcage, grow, and start beating there. Satisfied with its meal, with the heart it so longed for in life, the Skelly Horse shimmers for a moment in the body it once had, beautifully groomed, muscled, fed, and petted. then turns and trots into the night, fading with each clop of no longer brittle hooves. So if you hear the call of a skelly horse, the brittle clack of its hooves, if you smell unclean stalls and putrid sweat, if you feel the heat of its overworked body or its breath upon your neck, don't turn around. Don't even look. Keep walking. Keep walking until you're safe at home. But if you know of a horse still alive, heart still beating, that suffers, that's neglected, that just wants to know the love in human hearts, then do look. You can get help. Keep looking, keep watching, and perhaps you can keep another skelly horse from rising.